Yo, what's good, YouTube fam? Imagine your doctor handing you a glass of your own pee or jamming a red-hot iron where the sun don't shine. Yeah, that was legit medicine back in the day. Welcome to the wildest ride through history's most insane medical treatments, stuff so crazy it makes your last flu shot feel like a spa day. We're talking chloroform knockouts, cannibalism cures, malaria madness, and straight-up drowning to fix rabies. You name it, they tried it. Today, we pop Advil and call it a day. Back then, they popped skulls and called it science. Buckle up for 8 jaw-dropping stories that'll make you gag, laugh, and thank God for modern medicine. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let's dive into this absolute madness. What's the wildest medical thing you've ever heard? Comment below and let's get this party started. Alright, YouTube squad, let's kick this off with a banger, chloroform. Ever wonder what serial killers and 19th century doctors had in common? This stuff. Picture this, a drug so wild it could knock you out cold, used by creepy stalkers and legit surgeons alike. Back in the 1800s, chloroform was the goat of anesthetics. Queen Victoria herself used it to ease the pain of popping out 9 royal babies. Talk about a royal knockout. It got so popular, it was the star of Civil War surgeries and beyond. But here's the tea. People started dropping dead in the operating room, like, out of nowhere. Turns out, chloroform wasn't just for sleep, doctors used it for asthma, gonorrhea, and even as a sweetener for other meds. Wild, right? As Mary Poppins would say, a spoonful of chloroform helps the medicine go down. Yikes. Stick around for more craziness, and drop a comment, would you trust a chloroform nap? Yo, YouTube fam, brace yourselves, this one's nasty. Forget protein shakes or kale smoothies. Back in the day, Europeans were chugging human blood and snacking on mummy powder like it was granola. Welcome to medicinal cannibalism, where eating people was peak healthcare. In the Middle Ages, folks thought munching on human remains could cure anything. Got a headache? Grind up a skull. Blood disease? Sip some fresh blood, straight from an execution, no less. They'd pay for a cup of the stuff, like it was a medieval Starbucks. But here's the real gag. In the 1600s, a German doc said dried flesh from red-headed corpses, yep, redhead jerky, was the ultimate cure-all. Talk about gingers having the world against them. They believed eating a body part fixed that same part in you. Insane, right? Nowadays, we just Postmate a smoothie. Drop a comment, would you try mummy powder or stick to whey protein? Stick around for more wild history. Yo, YouTube squad, hold up, why brush your teeth with Crest when ancient Romans used their own pee? Yeah, welcome to urine therapy, where chugging your own liquid gold was the ultimate health hack. Back in the day, folks swore by pee to fix everything, asthma, arthritis, allergies, even cancer. They'd drink it, rub it on their skin, or gargle it like mouthwash. Romans even used it to whiten their teeth. Talk about a glow-up from hell. Fast forward to the 20th century, a British doc took it next level, fasting for 45 days on nothing but his own urine and tap water. He wrote books, called it urotherapy, and it's still a thing in India today. Gross, right? Me. I'm sticking to Advil and Listerine, thanks. What's the nastiest health trend you've heard of? Drop it in the comments and keep watching for more bonkers history. Yo, YouTube fam, ready for a plot twist? Imagine curing syphilis by giving yourself malaria. Yep, that won a Nobel Prize. Back in 1927, an Austrian doc, Julius Wagner Jauregg, had a light bulb moment when a psychotic patient snapped back to normal after a fever. His wild plan? Inject malaria into syphilis patients to spike crazy high fevers, hoping to burn out the brain-damaging syphilis. Sounds like fighting fire with fire, right? They'd let the fever rage, then treat the malaria with quinine. Here's the kicker, it worked. 25% of the time. The other 75%? Patients either stayed sick or died from malaria. Talk about a gamble. The real shade? A year after his Nobel, penicillin dropped, making this whole fever fest obsolete. Whoops. Would you bet on malaria to save your life? Comment below and stick with us for more insane history. Yo, YouTube squad, brace for some serious chills. Scared of water? How about we fix that by drowning you? That's right, ancient doctors thought dunking rabies patients underwater was a genius cure. Rabies is that horror movie disease. Foaming at the mouth, raging like a zombie. One symptom. Hydrophobia, a crazy fear of water. Swallowing even a sip could trigger painful throat spasms, so victims spit foam like a cappuccino gone wrong. So, what's the medieval fix? Submerge them in water to flush out the disease, like they're a human washing machine. Spoiler, most didn't survive. They weren't curing rabies, they were just, well, drowning folks. Talk about a cure worse than the disease. Thank God for vaccines today, right? Would you risk a dunk tank to beat rabies? Comment below and stick with us for more wild history. Yo, YouTube fam, ready to lose your mind? Got a headache? Let's drill a hole in your skull, no anesthesia. Welcome to trepanation, the OG brain surgery from 10,000 years ago. Ancient folks thought boring into your dome could fix everything from migraines to demon possession. Feeling cranky? Must be evil spirits. They'd grab a sharp rock or metal spike and go full DIY on your head. No numbing, just vibes and a lot of screaming. Some even kept the skull bits as amulets, like a post-apocalyptic charm bracelet. Wildest part? They did this across cultures, from Europe to South America. Today, surgeons still drill skulls, but with fancy tools and actual painkillers to save lives. Me? I'd wear my skull chunk as a necklace, metal AF. Would you let someone drill your head? Comment below and keep rocking this insane history ride. Yo, YouTube squad, hold up, heroin was once your grandma's cough syrup. Yup, they called it non-addictive. In the late 1800s, a German drug company cooked up heroin as a safe swap for morphine. Picture this, docs handing out heroin like it's Robitussin for your pesky cough or asthma. Kids, adults, everyone was popping it like candy. Sounds like a party, right? Wrong. Doctors soon noticed patients getting hooked faster than you can say, bad life choices. By the early 1900s, the truth hit hard, heroin was a one-way ticket to addiction city. They slammed the brakes, restricting it big time. Moral of the story? Stick to Ricola or Halls, kids, no need for a rehab arc. What's the sketchiest medicine you've ever tried? Drop it in the comments and keep vibing with this crazy history. Yo, YouTube fam, buckle up for the ultimate cringe. Got hemorrhoids? Back in the day, they'd fix that with a red-hot iron right up your you-know-what. Hemorrhoids, those swollen veins in your backside, are a literal pain in the butt. They make sitting or bathroom trips pure torture. Today, we've got creams and meds, but ancient docs. They went full medieval. Hippocrates, the so-called father of medicine, said grab a glowing iron rod, hold the patient down, and burn those suckers away. Oh, and make M scream, it supposedly helped project the rectum. Bro, that's nightmare fuel. You're not just curing hemorrhoids, you're signing up for third-degree burns. Thank God for Preparation H and chill vibes today, right? What's your worst doctor visit story? Comment below and stick with us for the wrap-up of this wild history ride. Yo, YouTube fam, what a wild ride. Next time you're whining about a bitter pill, just think, it could have been a hot iron up your butt or a tall glass of your own pee. We've gone from chloroform knockouts, chugging human blood, malaria madness, to drilling skulls like it's a DIY project. These old-school cures make modern medicine look like a 5-star spa day. Be grateful we're popping Advil and not, like, redhead jerky. This history's a reminder, science has come a long way, and we're lucky AF to live in 2025. So, what's the craziest medical story you've heard? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button, and hit subscribe to keep vibing with more insane history. Share this with your crew on X or TikTok, and let's keep the party going. Peace out, squad.